Excuse me? I don't know anything about that either. As I said, I didn't write it. Okay. Oh, okay. Thanks for keeping me in the know, sir. Down? Do you mean the body is finally gone? Oh, right. Can you tell me when you've taken him away then? Like, gone? In heaven? Thank you, officer. Looks like I'll get mint in the ground by April. Gone to heaven? Thank you, officer. Looks like I'll get mint in the ground by April. Oh, that's right there, in the yard. Oh, right. But not from the yard? I understand. An autopsy? Wow. Sure, keep them. I have another pair. The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? It's raining again. I can't believe it's snowing again. I am pleased to meet you too, officer. Me? I am just a gardener. Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale. I am working, of course. I won't hold you back. See you around, officer. Sure. Keep them. I have another pair. Sure. I'm done with it. Hello again, officer. How are things? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here, since the street sign's messed up. Okay. What do you need? Of course. Where to? Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North. In Martinez, sir? In the city of Revachol. This intersection is called Roundabout North. No problem. The harbor gates? Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store too. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident probably. There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot really. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach. Just coast. There's a little fishing village there and a fish market, but that got closed down ages ago. Wild Pines? You mean the company woman? It was clear just an hour ago. It felt like springtime just a few days ago. Yes. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks. As you already know, there's a corpse there, hanging from a tree. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks. As you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks. Well, as you already know, there's a corpse there, hanging from a tree. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks. Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks. What do you mean? I don't know. Whatever's on the radio. Oh, that must be the woman on the giant boat. There's one docked on the pier. It arrived a couple of weeks ago. It's very hard to miss. I'm okay with it. Was there something else? I don't know. The abandoned kind? It used to gather every spring, but there's nothing to do there now. Just drug addicts. Anything else? Is there? I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done. It's there. In the yard, right through the hole in the fence. We don't see a lot of police around here. That's all. Of course. What can I help you with? Your back? I'm gonna say no. Sure thing. Okay. What do you mean? We're in Martinez, sir. This intersection is called Roundabout North, I think. Sir, it was implied in your question. Okay. Well, I didn't. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache. Sure. I'm done with them. Can you tell me when you've taken him away then? Because I'm sort of waiting for that. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, officer. Looks like I'll get mint in the ground by April. Well, this might be the last snow we get. At least I hope so. Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring. At least that's what my grandma always told me. A bit much? What are you talking about? That's what my grandma told me, okay? Nitrogen and sulfur mostly. And whatever factories and aerostatics exhale too, I guess. Ask me a normal question or leave me alone. The kid did this, right? The red-haired rat? Can't say a sentence without or kipped. He's always giving me trouble. Maybe you shouldn't be. I mean, you do your job, but that kid is beyond help. And he certainly won't help you. It is. Because he sent you to harass me, didn't he? You shouldn't listen to him. It was probably him who wrote that. It is. Because he sent you to harass me. He's playing you. He hates the police, okay? A lot of people do around here. Yes. I'm tired. Yes. I'm black. How many times are you gonna say that? What does that mean? Okay? I don't know. Whatever's on the radio, I guess. What does this have to do with snow or gardening in March? I'm gonna say no. Sure thing. If you don't have anything normal to say, I had something I needed to think about. Okay, I'm a nighthawk. What can I say? I like the city at night. Don't you? Is that so? I don't know anything about that. Must be a misunderstanding. You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome. Officer Discotheque? Still wondering if we listen to disco? We don't, by the way. We don't listen to disco anymore. Detective skin color? I'm still black, as you can see. Do you have any more keen-eyed observations? Let me handle this. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I've been watching you. You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong-arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests. What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization. I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy, what you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one. No, not disco. Disco is undead. It's beyond the horizon for you. Look, we are not discussing your taste in music anymore, officer. Do you have questions for my clients or not? I guess it's fair to say you guys have it on life support. Hilm Dellerman, I don't care. I will. Aggressive. You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers. Get sober. Do your job. Ask your questions and get the hell out of Martinez. Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards. I don't need privatization peons from a rent-a-cop. Just do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez. You are far from home, officer. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen. You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen. You are far from home, officer. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. That's right. I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. Sure. Reacting to stimuli. I am not a gardener, by the way. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. Of course, you were just doing your job. I'm not a gardener, by the way. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. Yes, extremely normal. I'm not a gardener, by the way. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. Of course, And I'm just an epidemocratic counselor for the Dock Workers Union. Obviously, I'm a lawyer. A legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients. Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems? That's right. I'm not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? A Nordic dance music. You wouldn't get it, okay? You have a dictionary. That doesn't mean you get it. No. Talk to Titus. You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men. He said no such thing. This isn't about me. I represent the union and these men here. Don't make this personal. I am a legal counsel. Don't make this personal. No. If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. No one is emotional here. Do your job. Ask your questions, then leave. I am being aggressive? Listen, you moral and unlucky. You are part of a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you are their bodyguard. So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Let's. Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez. This is about your alcoholism, isn't it? People talk. I have no patience for it, or pity. I have heard about your medical condition. People talk, and I have no patience for it, or pity. I am not. Please do. Even Ahmad? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney. No, my answer is no. Fine, you are right. I shouldn't have. Vulgar idiot. No, Glenn, they aren't. You should. Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a hardy boy without arresting all hardy boys. You don't have to keep answering his questions. You don't have to answer any of his questions. Maybe wrap it up instead? Titus, you don't have to clarify anything. Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations. That night, they acted as one. That's all. No, you don't. What you have is 7 honest men who thought it forthcoming to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time. No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time. There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time. That's for the courts in Les Jardins to decide, not for the officer making an arrest, which we all know you won't be. Yes, there are some administrative differences, but on that night, they all acted as one man. When Titus Hardy says he runs the Hardy Boys, he means that in an administrative capacity. On that night, everyone acted as one man. No, you did not get an answer. Titus does administrative work. He pushes paper, fills out forms. The others can't read. But on that night, they all acted as one man. That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions. Titus, do not answer. You have been forthcoming enough. As you can see, these men can only take so much baseless scrutiny. I'm doing my best to keep the situation civil, but this line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging. If there's any post-mortem trauma, it's your problem. This will not turn into a cross-examination. Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong. Nothing. Your investigation here is done. You should go back to Jamrock, to your station where you belong. No, you don't. What you have is 7 honest men who thought it forthcoming to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time. No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time. There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all? What you can do right now is go back to your station and write a report. Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened. This line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging. If there's any post-mortem trauma, it's your problem. This will not turn into a cross-examination. Titus has already given you a cause of death. Hanging. Why is it so hard for you to understand? Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time. Before? After? During? I seriously advise you to stop testing these men. They're getting agitated. Titus, I'm amazed. Where is the same professionalism when it comes to other topics? You're doing great. I hardly have to interfere at all. And here we go. Back to the usual. That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all fours. Anything else you need to know? Glenn. Of course he's racist. Look at how fat he is. Do not think your failed suicide attempt will win you any pity from these men. Do not expect them to forget it soon either. Titus is hiding nothing. Titus, okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation. Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus. For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her. Stop it. This is a waste of everyone's time. I think we have already established that you're not going to single anyone out. Over here, you might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this. Titus Hardy! Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood? Let him go, Titus. I'm sure he doesn't need it. Shut up, Angus! Fine, I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast. Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up. You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost. This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this. No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings. Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead cop marshal won't decide who... I'm okay. I'm okay. They didn't. I'll be okay. I'll be